All right, another morning. Let's run our trailer. Welcome to another episode of The Couch Show, and welcome to our channel, Sibling Rivalry. I am Lynn.
I'm Ray. There's still something up over here. It caught me off guard. It's like you think you have 30 seconds over here, and then it goes bam, real quick.
Yeah. I like our new little intro though. Hey Fuzz, welcome. We were in the city over the weekend.
You gotta do our theme song that we were doing.
What's our theme song?
We were partying under a bridge. Like a bunch of trolls. Our theme song, you don't remember? Oh man. The little hook that you were gonna put. What was it, that one song that was like, "This is my family.
Family, something. I got my
this
sisters
is
with
my
me."
family. No, not that song. That's not that song. There's nowhere. No, I'm your sister. No, I'm your brother. What are you doing? It was not that song. What are you talking about?
It was a family song though. It was like, "This is our family." I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, way back when, before we had like
the way back when machine.
Before we did our branding, we had the song that we wanted to use for our intro. I think I cut it and everything. I don't know what happened. We never used it.
Well, we got a lot of stuff we never used.
Wow.
Lynn put in a lot of work into this. She got like clip arts and all sorts of stuff that she didn't use. All behind the scenes and drawing. Why you look like you going for an interview? You going for an interview?
I had an awful morning. That's not true. I had an awesome morning, and then an awful thing happened. And then I continued on to have a pretty good morning. So I woke up early. I went grocery shopping while the kids were all still asleep. Picked up my little guy, and when I picked him up, I got served with papers.
You going back to court?
I'm going back to court.
Didn't you just get out of court?
My mind just bothering me. I feel like, it's a little bit my fault because I am very, I'm just tired of the bullshit. And so I kind of took matters into my own hands. That it's like that tit for tat. Like, I got tired of being taken advantage of. And so when I went on vacation, I took my son with me and I missed like 2 of his days. So now we're going back to court and like, what am I going to say? Because I took his 2 days.
But you know what though? The court's going to be like, but it was 2 days that the kid was on vacation. This is where the court should like weigh in what's best for the child. Like, well, the kid was enjoying vacation with his siblings. Like, I don't understand why you're making a big deal. You couldn't work something out. So I'm hoping in your defense, I know you're my sister and all, but I'm hoping that it shows, sometimes some people are just being petty. So you could have made up those 2 days afterwards. Exactly. Did you try doing that at least?
I did. I offered the holiday that he asked for. It was July 4th, and I offered that.
Yeah.
And he was like, no.
Right? Yeah, Fuzz said it in the comments, bro. That's petty. And I think the judge will see that because a lot of people, especially and this is the problem when you get free legal service, is like you can go for everything, and then eventually the court's going to be like, look, stop inundating, stop clogging up our court systems with all these petty stuff. You guys got to start working together and figure things out. Mm-hmm. It's like he was on vacation. It was 2 days. She tried offering it to you, and you want to bring it back to court. Like, no, you guys got to start talking. So
I'm also
hopefully,
going to
he'll
use
get
I'm
dinged for
also going to
that. I
use
don't
in
know.
my
We'll see.
defense that these were the dates on the paperwork to get our son his passport, which, his father went with me to get the passport. He signed the paperwork.
So
Like,
he
if he
knew
didn't
about it.
read it, that's on him.
Yeah, he knew the dates.
He knew the
Okay.
dates. Yeah.
Yeah.
But damn,
Well,
it
you
like
know what?
threw a bone
Sometimes,
in my morning. I was all like
but
bubbly,
no, but
like
see,
I got
that's why you gotta like
liquid.
talk, and you just gotta let things out. Sometimes you can't keep it
Yeah.
bottled in. Which I'm glad. See, it's all perspective, and this is the things that like me and Lynn were trying to like get you guys to realize because she's like, look. It wasn't that I'm having a bad morning. She could have let it keep going and snowballing effect. She's like, I'm actually having a good morning. I just had a bad thing happen. And you got to talk that out sometimes, Because now when you by noon, you should realize like, hey, yo, this is not something I could change today. I can't
Right.
fix it. Let me not stop my momentum of having a really good day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Fuzz in the comments, a real man would have stuck out a loveless marriage. You ultimately hate the one you love. It's
bro,
life.
that's it. That's people nowadays. Like people realize, like people get married and they're like, "Oh, I'm not happy anymore," and they got to realize that marriage is not about being happy 24/7.
It's about
It's
building
taking
something.
somebody.
You're
It's
working towards
building
something.
something, right? It's building a legacy, and it's somebody. Me and Lynn was talking about this off the record, like the other day. We were like, "Yo, marriage is like really sucks
Off the
nowadays."
record.
Because even when you weed somebody out, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
realize you're trying to build something like 20, 30 years with this person, even if you weed them out, even if you're looking for all the red signs, you got to understand that people change.
Yeah.
And it's not just like hey, I vibe with this person. It's almost like if you're growing, the other person has to grow too. Because if you leave them behind, at some point they're gonna resent you or whatever it may be. It's like it's rough, man. And I don't think people have the fortitude to do it these days. They really don't. People don't really have the life skills to tap in for 20, 30 years.
Right. Fuzz, as long as you're a
Yeah,
trophy, you're Gucci. Yeah.
yes. Because I mean, life alone is
Tashi,
rough.
hey, welcome, welcome.
Hey, welcome back, brother. Oh, I love it. I love seeing it. As soon as we come on, everybody's jumping in. I love
I'm
it, man. This
in.
makes my day. This makes my day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yeah. So, like, what we're saying about marriage is like you got to understand that it's not just about being happy all the time. It's about being being with somebody that you could trust. Like at this
Mm-hmm.
point, I'm not really looking for love. I'm looking for respect. Do I trust the person? Is there loyalty there? Do we know like, hey, we're gonna have our good times, we're gonna have our bad times, but it's still going to be our time, right? We're going to grow something. We're going to invest in. We're going to, build something together. It's like that's hard to find nowadays, man. A lot of
Yeah,
people are just about themselves.
it really is. Tadashi, oh, this one's for you, right? Tadashi says, one of my friends told me
Oh,
that I need your help.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
You send them my way. I'll give them whatever. Listen, whatever's in
Oh,
here is
IT.
comes out there. Everybody can get it. It's all. It's. I love that, man. I love being able to help people. Just guiding them. I just love seeing people. Um, Turning that frown upside down. It sounds cliche, but I just like that. I like seeing people, getting what they deserve in life and being happy and just putting it all out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, send him my way. You shot him the emails, sibling rivalry. If not, if he wants to jump on the show, and listen, even if he wants to talk to us, we'll drop the link. We'll have the conversation. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I love it. That's a great way to start a Tuesday.
Yep. All right,
Good
so I'm
stuff.
gonna go
Good
ahead and
stuff.
put the email down here, but also it's on our about page.
It's the same thing as the show.
Yep.
And then yeah, drop the link,
Drop the
Lynn, so
link.
that yeah. Yep.
There's the link.
And then drop the link for StreamYards in case anybody wants to jump on.
Yep. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell. Although I'm
Fuzz, I
pretty sure
know,
currently here
Fuzz.
is already
Listen,
subscribed. They have their bells. Thank you. Thank you.
Fuzz, I know you posted a couple of things. I got to talk to Lynn so we can kind of catch up with the stuff you've been sending us. We're not ignoring you, Fuzz. It's just there's a lot going on, especially with this one's birth. Wrong way. This one's birthday.
My birthday's on Thursday, guys.
No, you already celebrated. Stop
My birthday's
it.
coming up.
You said Sunday was your birthday.
Yo, I also think, and I had to laugh when I was served because I think it was done intentionally because my birthday's in 2 days. But at that moment, I laughed because I was like, psh, can kill my vibe. Like, it's my birthday. It's my birthday all month. It started in July. That's one thing that,
Oh,
like,
so you
it's
think
one
he
flame that you
waited for
can't
that?
put
Like,
out.
here's your birthday gift. Get
Yo, I
served.
feel like everybody's doing that to me this week. Well, last week. This is a new
But
week.
I'm just gonna say, I listen. I said it from the get go. Like, Lynn, you need to stop dating dudes that got little boy energy. Like, you
Ugh.
gotta stop dating those kind of guys, man. Because as you can
Yeah.
see, all it is just drama. And this is the reason why, like, I don't, ladies, I know the ladies are notorious for the drama, but
Mhm.
dudes out here are notorious for drama too.
Some of
It's
them.
like, yeah, it's that feminine energy, man. It's that little boy energy, and I can't deal with that. So, yeah, that's why I avoid people sometimes because I'm like, yo, you really gonna make a big deal out of nothing? Out of nothing.
Hmm.
So I gotta listen. I gotta count my blessings. I gotta put it out there. Like, yo, thank you so much that I can co-parent with my baby mama. That we
Hmm.
can work things out. Like right now,
I just feel like you guys
um,
do it in such a civilized manner.
yeah, well, like she has, like right now, she wanted them for this weekend, and I needed her to watch them last weekend, right? So Saturday's normally her day, and Sunday we had the party. So I was like, hey, can you keep the boys on Sunday? She was like, yeah, I need them for next week. I was like, sure, fine. So now they're with me Monday to Thursday because she's gonna pick them up Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm.
So it's just like it's like that every time. If I want to go camping or we just work
Yeah.
things out,
You have to learn how
and
to,
that's
like,
how it should
bob
be,
and weave and let it be.
right? Because you know what, it's like they say that they're always watching you. Your kids are always watching you. They're always watching you, right? And it's
Hmm.
so true. It's like if they don't see that you guys could interact and make it work, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to keep this vicious cycle of just being tit for tat, when they grow up. And it's like that's
Yeah.
disgusting. You can't be like that. Like if at some point you truly cared about somebody, at some point you really brought life together. It's like,
Mhm.
can't you work things out? You can't figure your shit out? Come on, man. But
Yeah.
Lynn's got to choose them better.
Ooh.
You got to choose them better, Lynn.
So I went out for my birthday, and now my phone's like blowing up. Like, guys
Oh,
are
yes,
texting
yes,
me.
she
I was
is.
giving out the digits for my
Yes, she is.
birthday.
I'll tell you what, like her friends were pimping her out to like everybody in the spot. So
All day.
I get it. I get it. Lynn got options, but yeah, but you guys do they got this though?
I gotta see, man. I'm like, yo,
Because you
the
got
one
you
dude,
got
I
an
already
expensive
deleted him.
taste.
I already deleted him. He's like, hey, I'm sorry, it threw me off. Let me just pull this up real quick. So Tadashi, is this Tadashi's friend or this is Tadashi? I think this is Tadashi's friend. Okay.
No,
Hey,
because he said, "Hey guys, comma,
yeah,
hey Tadashi."
yeah. Okay,
So
okay.
I'm gonna say his name because I don't want to butcher it. Abby Z, is that how
Abby,
we sound?
yeah,
Say
Abby
Z.
Z,
I'm gonna just call you Z. So Z, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming.
aka Ninja.
I know Tadashi was saying you had some questions. So if you have anything you want to ask, go ahead and drop it down below. I'll answer to the best I know. Like I said, nothing in here. I learned it. It's in here, and I gotta spit it out because the world needs to hear whatever they need. Listen, I'm here to help. We're both here to help. You know. So that's what we like to do. Lynn loves to help too, man. She's on the board of the youth arts group, man. She's making moves.
Hmm.
She's trying to change the world to the youth. She's trying to go to the youth.
Yeah, man, the children are our future, and we really have to go back to protecting our children. I feel like our children are so exposed and so
They are,
vulnerable.
man.
We're doing an awful job as the older generation to keep
They
them
are,
protected and
and
kind of set them on the right
it's
course.
it's sad because a lot of these like trailers that are coming out, and a lot of these cartoons are coming out now, and
Hmm.
it once again, what I'm about to say is gonna sound awful, but it's like it's they're all promoting the alphabet community, and it's like, but isn't that like 3%? So you're isolating the other like 90. Let's even if we say 5%, right? If that's 5% of the community that swings, the LGBTQ, whatever it is, right? And that's only 5%. You have all this stuff, all this entertainment. It's like 100% of the entertainment that's geared towards it, and it's like, yo, you're isolating 95% of the community.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
And
know.
it's to a
I don't get
point
it.
where, like I was having a conversation with my girlfriend, and some conversations, I like to have in front of my children so that they hear it. And other conversations, you keep private. Kids aren't supposed to,
Hmm.
be in everything. But I was talking to my girlfriend and I was like, hey, I feel like when a man speaks, like as a woman, like we should kind of like listen sometimes. And even saying, like, expressing that thought out loud in front of my children felt a little weird. I was like, like, am I giving them the right information? But that goes back to like knowing what you stand for, or you'll fall for anything. Because with all
Exactly.
the different, isms and everything that's going on, it's making us question our values and what we're able to say. It's making us tiptoe
Hmm.
around, our beliefs. And what we really need to do is dig in and discover those beliefs and really just live them, and be true to them.
Hmm. Agree. I agree. I agree. Oh man, the comments are going crazy.
I missed my happy birthday. Thank you.
But he's waiting for the
He was
birthday
looking
stream.
for, yeah, he was
I
waiting for
mean,
the birthday
are
stream.
we doing
So
one exactly on your birthday?
technically on Thursday, that'll be the birthday stream.
So where are you gonna go for that one? You gotta go somewhere.
Well, all right, so I already have plans for before the stream. I'm going to the gym, gonna work out with the ladies.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I planned on coming home. We'll see. We'll see where I am when I pop on the stream.
That's hilarious.
All right, Abby. Firstly, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly, Ray. I'm planning to join data science. It would be helpful for me as a refresher.
As a refresher. Okay.
Yeah.
So my thing, and this is how I pursue, like this is how I tackle everything in life. I do the whole question of supply and demand. Like what is in high demand? So before I got out of the Marines, one of the things I did was I went to a local job fair in the DC area. And I went down there, I didn't have all I had was the skill set that I had when I was in the Marines, which was avionics, electronics, right? Everything electrical on helicopters. And so I went down to DC. I went to a job fair and I started talking to recruiters, and trying to see what was in demand. And that's when they told me, hey, get into computer science, get into networking, because we're looking for a lot of guys that are in networking. And this was like about 2 years out before I was going to get out. So that's where I went back. I started looking at my online schooling, going for associates. I did my associates in IT, and then I finished my bachelor's in network administration. So, with that said, what I would say is if you're really going to get into IT, look into something that you like doing, but make sure that it pays the bills. Go into LinkedIn, look at salary.com, look at monster.com, look at what's in high demand. See what's available. Right now, the big buzzwords is cloud, because people are looking for cloud, AWS, Google, Azure, that's the Microsoft one. All of them right now, they're just big on cloud, big on cloud. I've been looking, scouting for jobs, and they're like, "Hey, do you have any cloud experience? Cloud experience?" I'm even thinking about going back for cloud. The other one is if you're really into, like, if you really can, nerd out, geek out. You got your whole penetration testing side of the house. You got app security, web security, all the security stuff. If you know how to get into a site, then you could show them how to safeguard your site. I was telling Tadashi this. If you go to like BugCrowd and HackerOne, there's actually a program where a company, I know Uber's on there, I know Tesla's on there. Well, they'll tell you, hey, this is in scope. Go ahead and hack me. So they'll show you the websites that you can actually go and test on those websites, find a vulnerability, submit a report, and then you'll get paid for that. It's all called BugCrowd is bug mounting. HackerOne is another one, and all those programs you can go out there and you can try to find things. Cloud, yeah, cloud computing is big money right now.
Hmm.
Um, and then yeah, if you learn AI, AI is another big buzzword. Anything with the metaverse right now, that's a big buzzword. Crypto is another one. I know I've seen jobs for a lot of crypto firms. If you understand cryptography and stuff like that, which a lot of these stuff is real easy. All you got to do is, for example, if you want to learn about crypto and Ethereum, download the language that's utilized, learn how to create your own contract on a blockchain. Even if it's something basic that you just throw it together, it's all about understanding of the concept, right? So look for the things that are in high demand before you go and you specialize in something. That would be my advice. There's a lot of things that when it comes to IT, but make sure that you do your homework first. See what's in demand. Don't go getting something that's like nobody's gonna learn. Nobody's gonna want. I mean, there is. I can't say that either because there's some programming languages that it's so old, and some like machines that are dependent on this language. They control like I don't know, like a dam or something. So they get paid really good money because they know this like really old, like archaic language that not many people can do. So that's still supply and demand.
Yeah.
It's limited supply. Like only two guys know it, and it's in high demand because it's like a critical system.
So a little backstory. So Tadashi and Abi met playing Apex during the quarantine. Pretty cool.
Hell yeah, that's what I want to
Man,
hear.
the
That's
internet brings
dope.
us together.
Damn, I didn't get no COD brothers. It's like Call of Duty sucks. I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
I want to make
my
some COD
oldest loves
friends.
playing Apex. That's like the game. So for his birthday, get this, I was gonna do an Apex theme, and I was gonna, take the group of kids to like indoor skydiving. So they were gonna be like in
Hmm.
the big tube, and they were gonna get to do the indoor
Yeah,
skydiving. So I told my son, I was like, "Yo, this is what I want to do for your birthday." He was like, "No thanks." I was like, "Well,
that's just the way
save me
he
the
is.
money then."
It's listen, he's just an introvert.
Mhm. Yeah, but how
You
cool now, man?
know,
You're
Apex.
dropping into Apex. You're like doing the skydiving, so they were all gonna
Hey,
skydive.
that's just how he is.
Damn,
Maybe he's scared of heights or something. Maybe he didn't want to be floating
maybe
like that.
it might have been something like that. And you know what? That's the reason why I didn't do it as a surprise party. I kind of like let him know. I was like, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking." So we stay home and barbecued instead.
It was good barbecue though. Oh,
Mhm.
by the way, I ransacked your fridge Sunday night. If you got anything missing, you know who took it.
Now I know.
You know who the mouse was. It was
Supposedly
me.
okay. Is that another YouTuber? Ted Fuzz. Banks use old programming
Yup.
languages. Okay.
Yep,
Yep, it's
yep,
hard to find programmers.
100% agree. And then once again, because the systems are so old, right now, COBOL programmers are limited. So if you want to go learn this, you can learn it and make a killing, money wise, because there's a high demand for it. So like, there's a lot of these old systems out there that you're like, why won't they upgrade it? Because they won't. It's like it's critical for what they built. It's like they
Yeah.
built a whole infrastructure around it, so it's like they can't take the heart of it, right? So it makes sense like they keep it, and then they just pay the guys really well, and then like the the guys who used to work there, they're all like old and retired and leave it, and they're like, we need new blood, we need fresh blood. So that's one thing I would say is definitely look in and just do keyword searches. I know cloud's a big one, red team, blue team, those are all defense. Red team is your more aggressive penetration testing. Blue team is behind the scenes, like just scanning, patch management, doing all that stuff, vulnerability assessment and all that. And all that's critical. Doing anything like incident response. All those are all the keywords you want to look into. Now, I'm throwing a lot of security stuff out there because that's my background. But programming is still big. If you want to learn how to code, that was a whole big cliche. It's always going to be big, especially if you learn to code for Android and Apple devices. Those are mobile devices. Everybody has one. They're looking for more mobile app developers. I'm not into coding. I never really liked it. I thought it was boring when I took all my coding classes. I think I even pushed Lynn on to one. Didn't I push you on to one? Which one was it when I was like, hey, Lynn, you
I
should
think
take this?
Python?
Was it? It was something like that. That I was like,
Something
yeah,
real
Lynn, you
old.
take it.
I was like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming.
Lynn took like two or three of my classes. I remember she took the project management one because she was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about going to," and she was in high school at the time too. And I was like, "Yeah, take these classes."
Yeah. Oh wow, I
Mm.
forgot about that one, the project management one.
Yeah, yeah. There was a couple
Mhm.
of classes that I was like, I don't want to do this shit. So I convinced my sister to do it, and she did good. She did good. I don't know if you got anything out of it,
That
but
was
yeah,
back
she did
that
good.
was back before I had children. I feel like mom brain is just an everyday thing now.
Hmm.
And what's funny? I'm starting to realize my kids are doing it too. So I'm like, is there something leaking in my house? It's like those commercials. Is there something in your house that can be killing you?
Hmm. Oh, she muted. She's yelling at the kids. You see her? Oh, she turned the stern face too. She got that serious stern face. So let me see some of these comments.
And we're back.
They're going in on their conversations when they used to play Apex. That's dope. No, but you know what though? That's so sick. That like you guys met in something that you guys both enjoy to do, something that you're passionate about playing, and that you guys actually were able to have a human conversation. Where a lot of most people don't do that, and that's another thing. It's like that's what I want to kind of push out there in the universe. It's like, yo, let's start talking. Let's start being human. Let's start being, let's start listening. Let's start having that conversation. Let's stop being so damn negative all the time.
Mhm.
You know, it's like
That's one of the,
you never
gaming
know.
is one of those subcultures. And I brought it up with somebody yesterday who I was asking, like, like, how is it that you ride with so many people? He rides motorcycles. And he was like that, it's one of the things where you start riding and then somebody will come up next to you and then, you guys start
Mm-hmm.
chatting and next thing you know, they're like, oh, well, there's, this meet on Tuesday. And, it builds
Mm-hmm.
itself. And I told him, I was like, oh, my brother, he's always talking about those sub communities,
Yup.
those
And those
subcultures
there's
that
the deep
are
ones,
created from
yeah.
that around
Like
something you love.
culture, even the
Mhm.
cars, the car tuners. There's like no was it Cars and Coffee? I
Mhm.
think that's the one where people wake up early in the morning and they go and they grab a cup of coffee and they're just chilling with their cars. My buddy was
Okay,
always telling me about that. He was like he would hit those in the morning before he would go to work.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like that's how you like follow. This is why I tell people follow your passion, no matter how corny it may be, no matter what it may be. Just follow it because you don't know who else is gonna have that passion,
Yeah.
right? So why feel like an outcast when you can find the people who have that passion and then feel like you're accepted? You
Hmm.
know? That's why I like Logan Paul because he started coming on WWE, right? And now he's a wrestler and he's like embracing his passion. He's a big Pokemon guy, right? He comes out with a big Pokemon card that he paid like $3 million or something for it. And he's just showing like, look, I love Pokemon. I don't give and that's how it should be. And
Hmm.
then he started like he actually signed a deal with WWE, right? He's a YouTuber. He's on WWE. He moved closer to their wrestling camp, right? So
Hmm.
that he can actually learn this because he loves the sport. It's
That's
like,
awesome.
okay, do your thing. Like that's how it should be. That's how life should be. It's like whatever you feel passionate about, yo, chase that, man.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you, I was talking to your girlfriend, and she was like, "Yo, like she really wants to learn about music," and she started going back to school. And I was
Yep.
like, I wish more people would say that because she was telling me how her own instructor was like, "Oh, I know you're going to this class and everything, but you guys got to be realistic and find something else." And she was like, "Why would you tell me
That's
this? This is my
crazy.
dreams." Her own instructor. She's like, I'm
Wow.
not. I'm paying you to like destroy my dreams. And it's like that's sad because that's how the world
Yeah.
is. It's like you should make money to just um like give you the substance you need to chase after your dreams.
Hmm.
Like she should work a job from home, for 4 hours. That is like, all right, this is what I'm doing to make money, and then the rest of her time she's over here producing her music, writing, doing all that stuff because that's what she wants to do. That's
Yeah.
her dreams. It's like I don't know why we're so quick to squish people, and we're quick. And then the thing is, like, what do we tell people? Oh, don't chase after your dreams, but go to this college and waste all this money and get a generic paper that just says you went through college and you don't have no idea what you're gonna do afterwards.
Hmm.
Oh, and by the way, you're taking $100,000 of debt afterwards. Like that doesn't make any sense.
But it's part of it. Once you go to college and you have that debt, now you have to go, into a field or try and get into a field, so you can start paying that debt off. And then
Hmm.
throughout that, you start getting credit cards, you start getting that purchasing power. And the next thing you know, you're just trapped because you have all this debt that you have to, pay back. It's modern day
Yeah,
slavery.
yeah, it is. It really
Yeah.
is. And you don't
I
hear
was in
nobody
I
talking
was in
about that.
ShopRite early this morning in the grocery store, and the one lady, she was like, doing the meat packing, and I walked over, I went to her one side, I went around to her other side, and then like once I decided, I asked her, I was like, hey, am I gonna mess you up if I start grabbing from here? And she's like, no, not at all. And so, I grabbed what I needed and I go to walk away. And she was like, I really appreciate that you asked me though. I was like, oh, like just try, one human to another.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how we're
Yeah.
supposed to be. Like, listen, you interact with people. You know, like, oh, like at your party, man, I was all the waiters that were coming over. It's like, yo, I appreciate, thank you. The guy gave me a dap and everything because nobody acknowledges them,
Yeah.
right? So even at the end, who was coming? The waitress was coming over to me, right? She
Yeah.
like she gave me the bill, and I paid. You give was like, here, pay her, and I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, yo, because I just. They're humans,
Yeah.
man. They're humans, and like people ignore them, and people treat them like shit because they're doing you a service. And it's like, if you saw them outside of this place, you would treat them a different way. So why are you treating them this way because they're serving you? I don't
Mhm.
understand that. And even the person, like even the guys that were at the bar and we were making all the noise and we're having a good time. The guy came over, the one guy that started that danced with Ma and everything. Yo, I was
Okay.
like, bro, I was like, I told him, I was like, yo, I love your energy, you're good people. I was like, your family today. And he was like, oh, thank you. I was like, because he came over, he was joking with me. He's like, yo, you're recording on your phone. I was like,
Hmm.
nah, they showed me that you could just push this button and it takes pictures too. He was like,
All right. All right. Yeah.
oh, I think you got the video of that whole interaction where it's like
Yep.
moving all around as we're talking. But no, it's just like if you look at life that way, where you feel like everybody's your friends and everybody's your family, because we really are. We're just the human race. We're a big family. If you look at it that way, your life will be a lot better. I mean, everywhere you go, you're gonna be happy and you're gonna make other people happy.
Yeah. And you're opening
So
yourself up to those connections, to those
yeah,
interactions.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's cool to hear like people connecting just through video games because
Right.
video games get shitted on all the time. So I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
Pull that. Yeah. What does that
Yeah,
say?
I'm pulling it up now. Abby. So
Yeah.
our schools making us slaves, not leaders. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whole time our brains told to follow, orders. And that,
Yep.
oh, what's that word? Indoctrination.
It
It's
is
when you're
indoctrination.
taught,
Yep.
whatever information is
Obey.
you're
Obey.
not
Yep.
supposed to question. And that's exactly
Exactly.
what it is. We're trained to follow orders. And I think internet also made people slaves. Like we can't live
Mm-hmm.
without the internet. Yep.
Exactly.
If we got a
But
problem, we
here's
go to it.
But here's the thing: the internet is a tool. So if you know how to use it the right way, you have everything in your fingerprint,
And
on your
that's
in
the
your
thing.
in your
That's the
hands,
thing, yeah.
right? So like for me, and this is one of the things. Like when I started going in, and like I quickly fell into IT, but I was around a lot of like super smart people. I mean,
Hmm.
to this day, I look at all these guys, and they're all CEOs, they're all CTOs, they're all like really big and big name companies, right? These
Hmm.
were some really smart people, but me trying to catch up to them, I was constantly Googling everything. So when everybody asks me, my joke is, they're like, so what university you went to? I'm like, I went to Google U because that's what to this day, I'm like Googling everything. Like
Hmm.
that's one thing. Like if you know how to master a Google search, you're ahead of everybody else. Because
I
people ask
ask
like
the
some
kids
basic questions.
when they ask me questions, I
Google
ask them like,
it.
well, what have you tried? Have you Googled it? You have your phone,
Yeah, exactly.
like, and I want them to open their mind to that. Like, hey, like I can
Hmm.
search, I can find the answer that I need.
And another thing too, like with my kids and their phones, it's like I'm constantly telling them like, yo, your phone is more than just a phone. It
Mhm.
is it's your receptionist. It is your scheduler. It's your, use the calendar app, use the reminder app, use all
Mhm.
those things to help you stay on task. Like there's no reason for you to come and tell me, oh, I forgot. Like if I tell you something needs to be done, then you go and, you know, schedule that shit.
Right.
That's what your phone's for.
Fuzz said, YouTube it, sucker. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
That's
I
another thing
rebuilt
too.
my house watching
No,
YouTube videos.
exactly. There's a
What?
lot of training videos. And that's one of those are the two things that people say, like, look, if you're gonna go and you're gonna be successful on YouTube, it's either gonna be a tutorial
Hmm.
or entertainment, right? Those are the two things that are the biggest things on YouTube right now. So it's like, yes, if you want to learn how to fix something, Google that shit. It's probably gonna link you to a YouTube video so you can actually see it. Because like me, I learn visually, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a video. Okay, and that's like a lot of this stuff. Like if you really want to get into IT, especially hacking, IT security, if you Google that shit, there's a lot of videos. Right now, there's a cloud. Any of the cloud videos that's out there, they're all free on YouTube, so you can learn it. It's like 10 hours, 12 hours. Because I've seen them. I've seen them on YouTube. Like, oh shit, there's classes out here, legit full on classes that you can take out there. Whatever you want to think of, Python coding, penetration testing, all that stuff. There's classes on YouTube for free. So there's no excuse, man. There's no excuse for when people are like, oh, I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know. Google it, YouTube it, figure it out.
Yeah, and honestly, there is no right answer to that. You just have to try, man. Try,
You do.
fail, try again. Try something different. I feel like
And
I got caught in the period of time where I was so worried about I don't know what I want to do that I kind of stopped doing anything.
yep, you
So
scare yourself out.
yeah, so like one of the things that I try and do now is I just do. I just do. Like if
Hmm.
I don't think about it, I don't, I plan to a certain point, but I just do. And once I get started, then I start saying, okay, well, this I can do and I can do that. And, and then I start building on it.
Hmm.
But I had that momentum. You have to get started.
And what I would say, with anything, like if you see yourself, like, all right, I'm gonna try this. At least try it. Give yourself an hour to see if you like it and see if it's something for you. If you see like the wheels are turning and you're getting excited and this is something like, oh my, I might be able to do this, stick with it. But if it's something like you gave it an hour and you're like, I don't know, but don't just say like, oh no, this is not for me.
My thing
Like you
is I
don't
start
know.
nodding, I start falling asleep, and I'm like, oh, this isn't it. This isn't it.
Yeah, see, but at least you tried it. At least you didn't like, like you heard the name of it and you're like, oh, that's not for me. Like most
Right.
people would do. At least you tried it. And trust me, because Lynn was like, I told Lynn, I was like, yo, there's money to be made here. And I gave her the stuff and she actually tried it because I
Mhm.
was testing her and she was like, I know this and this and this and this. But then finally at the end, she told me, she was like, Ray, but this is not for me. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think I could do this for 8 hours. And that was like the icing on the cake when she told me that. I was like, all right, so then don't do it. Don't do it.
Hmm.
But at least she tried. So I got to give her that kudos. She tried it because I was testing her and she was answering the questions. So I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Oh, so I remembered what I was saying before. I got distracted. So with all the, messages I'm receiving on my phone from my birthday, the one is like, oh, do you want to, meet up today? I'm like, cool. I'm from upstate. Where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm in Manhattan. He was like, pull up. You know how expensive gas is? I have to cross tolls. I was like, no way. I don't know you. I don't even know your last name. There's no way.
Meet me
No
in
way.
Jersey. It's
No
cheaper for me.
way. I was like, yeah, it's a dub. That's not
Well,
happening.
you could have figured that out too because like I was talking to your one friend from college and I was like, you don't drive, right? And she was like, no, I don't drive. I was like, and that's like 9 out of 10 people in the city they don't drive out there.
Right.
They don't have cars. They got metro and all that. But it was funny though. When we were partying, we were under a bridge. It was the funniest thing. I was like, man, we really are under this bridge.
Ma did not like it. Our mom was not about it.
She came around. I got her to come around. I was like, man, how you not liking this place? Because I started talking. I was like, look at the artwork, look at the lights,
Mhm.
look how the sun's coming in, look at the people. They're happy, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
She was like,
Yeah,
oh
she
yeah,
said
there
the
was no
atmosphere
fights.
was
That was the
nice,
thing.
but
She
she
was like,
said
there's no fights. There was no fights.
it wasn't foo-foo enough. But at the same note, in the same note, she's like, oh, it was also expensive. Like,
It was, yes.
if it
That's
was
what
gonna
it
be
was. She
more
said
foo-foo, it
that.
would have been
Yeah.
more expensive.
Yeah, she was stuck on the price. I was like, Ma, it's just at this point, it's money spent. Just enjoy yourself.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I snuck in the bottle of the white Henny.
Of course you did. You
Yep,
and Henny, of
international
course. Of
travels.
course. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, as
I
much
had
as she
that
tries to
interaction
seem
with
like she's
someone
so
too.
proper, you could tell, like, the things she says sometimes, bro. You gotta watch out. Lynn will cut you guys. If you get
I
my
had that
drift.
interaction too. Somebody was like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" I was like, "I'm drinking white Henny." He was like, "You can't get that here." I was like, "I can." Oh man.
You
Oh
see how
man.
she even
Killing
switched the
myself.
accent and everything. See how she's trying to be all proper? I'm telling you, man. Don't let her fool you, man. She's a city mouse through and through, man. Oh, that's hilarious.
I had my city mice with me. We were partying.
Yes, yes. You guys were partying hard. I'll tell you what, though, I got vindicated because my mom was like, "Oh my God, you're right, Ray. I can't believe how these women
Women
are." I
are
was
like
like, "Uh
this.
huh, uh
Yep.
huh."
Yep. Even the ones she's known since they were young.
Oh, Lynn, yeah, Lynn is really ghetto. Yes, I'm glad you guys read between the lines as far as what I was trying to say because I'm trying to be
That's
nice,
not
but yes,
true.
Lynn is. Her listen, her whole accent changed and her whole body movement changed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For real, you guys saw that? I don't think that just happened.
Though you know what? It's funny though because I saw the whole interaction and everything. As much as Lynn tries to say like she's like wild, like her friends. All right, so she had a few friends that were like really wild, and Lynn wasn't going in that way. I don't know if it's because her mom and me we were there or whatever, or maybe she's just reserved. But like I still think there's a part of her like she has that conflict inside of her. It's like come to the dark side, and she's like, no, I don't want to.
Uh, Last show. Any aftermath stories about the ghost topic?
Yes, yes, we could go into that. So, first, well, I watched Black Phone over the weekend, and once again, it's a great, just the timing of me watching Black Phone, goes to show like, look, there's not negative spirits out there. There are good spirits, as that movie showed. I don't know, Lynn, if you know the concept of Black Phone.
Mm,
So the Black Phone is a movie that takes place in like the 70s, and the whole premise is that there's a serial kidnapper slash murderer out on the scene, and he's like capturing like young teen boys, and then
mm,
he's like torturing them and then killing them. So, and this is all in the trailer. In the trailer, the last boy that gets caught, there's a phone in like the basement in the cell, and the phone keeps ringing, and every time he talks on the phone, it's the spirits of all the other boys. So they're
mm,
talking to all the ghosts are talking to him, and they're helping him to try to get out of there.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a pretty good movie. I was hating on it from the get go, but yeah, Buzz said he
But
would have died. He wouldn't have answered the phone, but that's because that's that negative. Like you got
that's
a
me.
negative
That's me.
connotation. Like you gotta understand. Like sometimes you gotta weigh
What?
things in.
That
So
old school ring, like
yeah. So
just there
so to bring
slowly.
things to bring this back
Hello.
to me like So Friday, what was it? Friday going into Saturday morning, I had this crazy ass nightmare where I think there was like a demon in my dreams, right? And so I wake up and it's not quite witching hour. You know what time is witching hour, right, Lynn?
3:15.
No, 3:33.
No, 3:15.
No, it's 3:33 because it's supposed to be 6:66. What are you
Okay,
talking
so
about 3:15?
3:33.
Well, anyway, I woke up at 3:45 and I was like in a cold sweat and I was like, oh my God, what the freak, because we just had that. I had a conversation with mom about spirituality and religion and all that stuff, and I was like, oh damn, the devil's trying to get me, right? And so I wake up and I'm like, no, no, Ray, relax, Ray. It's just a nightmare. It's just a bad dream. It's just a bad dream. I was like, because we were talking about this on Thursday. It's just a bad dream. And so I go to my phone, and that's where all the stuff that was happening in Tijuana started popping off. So I
Mm,
was like, me being optimistic, I was like, oh, maybe I had this dream to bring attention to um, what was going on. And so I had this whole like internal monologue to myself that was like, look, you can't be scared of the devil because the devil's the tool of God anyway, right? So it's like you can't be scared of that. You can't be scared of evil.
mm.
You got to realize
Right.
that if you really do believe in good and the inner good that you have, like evil can't touch you,
Hmm.
right? So it's like, all right, yeah, the devil is, God's tool to test you. We all have the devil inside of us, kind of thing. So yeah, so then I started looking and like it was crazy. Have you heard what's going on in Tijuana?
I have not. I haven't even looked into it. No.
I don't know if you want to go ahead and put it up, but I was seeing it on Twitter. And what happened was in Tijuana, they caught like some of the cartel leaders,
Hmm.
and so their foot soldiers said, "Whatever helps you sleep very well." I fell back to sleep afterwards. I mean, I did wait till it was daylight, but I fell back to sleep afterwards. But no, it was they caught their leaders and they pretty much said like they're gonna keep terrorizing Tijuana and the neighboring areas until the Mexican government releases their leaders.
Mm.
So it was bad. Like there was videos of car bombings, just like Molotov cocktails going into stores and stuff, and it was trending. When I woke up, it was trending on Twitter. And I know that they said like it was gonna happen Friday night, Saturday night, and like the next few nights. I don't know what happened. But Tijuana is right on the border.
Wait,
Yeah,
did I meet you?
violent week. Yep. No,
Um,
there it is. Yeah. So look at the videos. It was just like
mhm.
massive. Like each one I was looking at, I thought it was like the same car, but it's just like a new car. There was like even like a bus that was like that they set on fire, and it was just everything. Like this guy was trying to put it out, and then it just massive. And it's heartbreaking that there's no real way of stopping the cartel. And then what's really bad is that our government had ties to the cartel. If you know the history of the cartel and the CIA and all that, it's sad that we influenced this, right? We created this.
All right, hang on.
Violence that started last week. Our Telemundo team reporting one passenger truck was set on fire in Mexicali last night, just after at least 10 cars were burned on Friday. Yesterday, the U.S. consulate in Tijuana ended its shelter-in-place warning. Members of Mexico's Army and National Guard still there, helping patrol the area, trying to keep the peace. Mexico's president says he's now exploring plans to keep them on the streets. He says the military is needed to fight Mexico's violent cartels. Right now, Americans are being told to avoid traveling to Tijuana and parts of Baja, Mexico, if at all possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the gist of it. Like it was bad, man. It was bad, and that's what I woke up to. So I was like, oh shit, we need to talk about this thing.
Mm.
But another thing too, like I've heard that there's a town in Mexico where the cartel was in, and the people said, no, enough is enough, and they pushed them out. And to the point where now this town is operating autonomously, and they're not like they don't even want the federal government coming in because they know the government's corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just standing on their own 2 feet, and that sometimes like I know like the gun laws here, people get all irate with gun laws, and I know it's a very sensitive topic, but I feel like sometimes it takes the people going to the streets to take back their lives, take back their homes, take back their communities. And that's why, like, I'm glad that we have the Second Amendment because if crime or the government ever gets that crazy, the people need to have a means and a way to fight back.
Yeah.
I heard people were getting kidnapped too.
Say enough is enough.
Yeah, people were getting like they were just snatching bodies, like snatching people.
Mm. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's like that's why they were like, "Yo, be at home after 9."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see some of the comments because I know we went through a lot of them. A lot of them have been popping up.
So back to the ghost. So when Fuzz was a kid, his neighbor died from a firework accident. Every July 4th, my dead neighbor always comes back and takes kids' fingers and burns roofs. What?
Why are you around that, Fuzz?
Tadashi, the end is near.
No, you can't think like that. We got to stay positive, man.
I don't know. I was told the world was going to end back in 1999 because all the computers. Mm-hmm. I was told the world was going to end back in 2012, again in 2013.
Yep, the Mayan calendar, right?
I believe in 2018. I don't know, man. Nobody knows.
And going back, all these like climate and the environment, they've been saying that since the 70s, bro. Like there's articles, I saw the articles where they're like, oh, we're going to save the environment back then. So it's like, you gotta realize like a lot of people tend to be hyperbolic, and it's all because, it's easy to gravitate towards negative news and negative energy. And it's like, you guys got to realize that like, no, this world's beautiful. People are beautiful. And I think we could change things around. It's like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Civil War, oh, World War III. And even my men's group, it's like constantly with that stuff. And all the stuff I watch on YouTube is constantly with that stuff. And it's like, I got to tell myself, like, listen, it's because they don't understand positive energy. They only understand the negative, and they're going to keep touting that stuff. But it's like, we need to do the work where we come out here and it's like, yo, it's not that bad. We could change things around. I know it. I believe it. So, oh man, we got a lot of comments. Let's go.
So I'm going to go back to Trista's comment. It said Mexico needs to do what El Salvador is doing. El Salvador. The president there has been rounding up gang members and building new max security prisons to hold them all. No trial, no lawyers.
But that's what Mexico tried to do. This is all stirred from them arresting their leaders. Mm-hmm. So they thought like, oh, if you cut the head off the snake, right? So they
Yeah.
went after their leaders. Their leaders are incarcerated right now, and this is why they started causing all this mass like destruction and riots and destruction is because they're like, we're gonna keep doing this until you release our leaders.
Hmm.
So who knows? I don't know if they have the power to keep doing it. I guess the Mexican military is out on the streets now, so maybe it kind of will die down because it is just the foot soldiers that are doing this. The leaders are still locked in jail. But you heard about that one cartel? This was like a few years ago where they had him and he finally broke out because he had a whole like subsystem made. Like they dug out underneath the prison and like he just
Underneath.
drove out in like an ATV or something like that. He just drove
Hmm.
right out. And then they were like, "Oh, he got out."
Yeah, but when you cut the head, it grows more heads.
Yeah, yeah, but you also gotta. I mean, once again, I think the people have to take arms, man. When they realize, like, yo, that they don't even have the support of the town, if they turn a corner, a granny will shoot them. Like, I think they'll go somewhere else,
Hmm.
and it's been proven. Yeah, Chapo. Yeah, yeah,
El
that's what it was. Yeah,
Chapo.
yeah.
Yeah, but he
Yep,
has it
I
like
remember
that.
that story. Mm-hmm.
I'll be asked if we're interested in a horror story. Tadashi
I know.
forgot
Lynn
it.
may not. Lynn
You're
may
about
not.
it. Come on, let's
Lynn may
see.
not. Lynn may not. I don't know. Lynn gets shook. Hmm.
Find the group you can work with because you can't stop it all. Mm, yeah.
But once again, this all ties into like this is why you see my disdain with the U.S. government. It's like they helped feed the cartel back in the day. That's the CIA. Going back to our other headline story. After the FBI raided Trump, there was a crazy. I think 2 days later, this guy. Crazy nut job. He was on Truth Show Social. He said, "I'm gonna go shoot up the FBI because they did this to Trump," and he literally went and started shooting at the FBI and the FBI office. He was like, I think he at one point he said like, "I know a way to get through bulletproof glass." And I think he brought a nail gun and he was gonna like shoot through the glass with a nail
Holy
gun.
crap.
And then after he
Really?
started shooting at the building, he took off and they chased him into like a nearby field, and then he had a shootout and
Mm,
then they finally ended his life. But all of this rhetoric that is out there, and this is why your friend said it too. She was like, um, a lot of people are using politics as their identity. And I
hmm.
was like, oh, yep, exactly. I was like, it's pop culture. They're getting emotional, and it's this rhetoric that's creating this tension between the sides. Where now we're starting to see like all this extremist action coming out, and
Hmm.
like you're gonna start hearing more. I think it's gonna get worse, to be honest with you. Coming with the next election here in November, and then the presidential election in 2 years, it's just gonna ramp up to a point where we're just gonna hear a lot of this craziness out here. So what I could tell people is like, be careful, be very careful, because don't fall for any of this crap. Don't fall for anything on any boards, anything like that. I would like, unless you feel a real calling. I'm not gonna tell people don't fight for the things that you believe in if you feel a calling for it. But if you're just like you're just um, going with the movement, but you really haven't done your homework, don't do that shit. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah,
Like be
especially with
careful
the
out here.
isms and all the movements that are going on right
Yeah,
now. It's
it's
easy
a
to,
trap.
to feel
A certain type of way. Yeah.
no, like to feel like you're connected with that movement, but you have to remember like what you really should be focusing on is the outcome. What is it that you want?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you
Mm-hmm.
want us to like take action in? It shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
just be like, hey, the world needs to know that this is my problem and I need to, vent this because, everyone needs to know, me too. You need to be more focused on the outcome. Where are we going forward?
And be careful too, because they look at it, the FBI, another three-letter agency in the U.S. government that's corrupt, and it's been
Mhm.
politicized. They're doing the bidding of, the left of one side, and it's like it's sad. Like I really do think that we need to start disbanding a lot of these agencies.
Mhm.
It's not in the Constitution. Our forefathers weren't like, oh, we're gonna have all these agencies. Like, no, I think we need to, it's the government got too big, and we could start with a lot of these ATF, CIA, FBI, all of them. IRS. You heard about the IRS?
No, what's going on with the IRS?
They're getting 86,000 new agents, and they're going to be armed because that's what the job description was showing. Like they posted the job description was posted, and then they took it off of the page, and it was just like trending on Twitter that they're saying, hey, like you're gonna be armed and be doing arrests.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, oh, but they're going after the super rich. I was like, for what? The
No,
super rich
they're
don't pay
not.
taxes
No,
legally.
they're not. They're gonna come knock on my
Legally.
door. No, thank you.
Yeah, they're going after the people Venmo money, bro. They're coming.
Mm.
They literally said they're gonna be tracking your $600 on Venmo. They're going after your side hustle, and they're like, oh, taxes are gonna go up. Taxes are gonna go up, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna just send you a bill. That's how the IRS operates. They're gonna send you a bill and say, hey, you owe this.
Mm-hmm.
And since they know that middle class and poor class can't fight the bill, they're just gonna pay it. They're not going after the rich. The rich legally knows how to avoid taxes.
Before, people used cars and furs to like show their status, their identity, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's solar and vax.
Mm-hmm. And your politics. It's
Yeah.
all about politics now. I was telling Lynn, like, I seen stores and stuff like that they're like, oh, if you voted for a certain somebody, it goes on both sides too. If you voted for somebody, you're not welcome here. I'm like, really? Like, you're gonna turn somebody away because of who they voted for? Like, that's crazy. Like, it's bad out here. It's like
I have a sign on my front window, and it says, "Our community welcomes all people."
and
This
that's how it
doesn't
should be.
matter. None of this shit matters. None of
Doesn't
this stuff.
matter. No, it doesn't. Especially when they don't care for you. Like, I don't understand how these people. Like, granted, I have friends who are adamant. Like, they going on me, like treating me like I'm the piece of shit, right? When they should be like defending a politician, and I'm like, yo, that politician doesn't give a rat's ass about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all they care about is your vote. That's it. They don't care about your voice. It's like why
That's
are
you
you
know what,
turning
and
against
that's
me?
what that's the reason why I didn't fall into the whole social media craze that our generation got into, is because from a young age, if I've never met you, I don't care. I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to not know how to act if I meet you in public. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, did you see this person? These people got married. These people are getting divorced. I don't care. Famous people to
Mm-hmm.
me are not famous for a good enough reason. I'm sorry, being an actor isn't the reason that you should be one of our idols, one of our role models.
That's how it
So,
is. That's a weird way that we
yeah,
idolize
I
with social proof. That's all it is. It's like, oh,
that's
you made
all
it in
it
life.
is. It's
Oh,
social
it's
proof.
social
Like, if
proof.
we have leaders that are standing up and I can respect you, that's something I can get behind. But if I can't
Right.
respect you,
But that's the key word you said. We don't have leaders, Lynn. We
no.
don't. We have a bunch of politicians
Hmm.
that can go on a microphone and lie and talk, and they got charisma. I'll give them that. They do have charisma. People buy into that shit. But there's
Hmm.
no more leaders. Like, we lost, leaders a long time ago, and that's sad because leaders, like, you could tell, like, they have good intentions. They're not trying to do this for maybe they get into the hype somewhat, but they're really trying to save their community. They're trying to, they got it in their heart. They're trying to do something good. And I don't know if these politicians had it at one point, but I don't know. Some of the ones now, they don't have it. You could tell they don't have it. They got straight up evil in their hearts. It's scary.
Chris, the Kardashians literally ruined society. No, all of our weak-minded society people decided to follow, and it was us. It wasn't the Kardashians. It was us. They were just doing their own thing, and we're all just like, "Oh, that's so cool.
they
Let's just
they
all try to
capitalized
emulate
on
that."
us, on our weakness,
Ah,
which we got to work on that.
ah. You're famous for being famous, not for any other reason. Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. What does it even mean? That's not on them. That's on us.
So go back up on Z's comment. I think we missed one of them. He
So
gave
no,
us a
so Avi is writing out his story.
yeah.
I don't know if he's done though. I'm gonna give him another couple
Okay.
minutes
All
if
right.
he's done.
Gotcha. While
Yeah.
while I finish my rant. Okay. But listen, I'm trying to get better. I really am. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get both sides, trying to bring some stuff into light. I think really though, the like with the whole Tijuana thing, it's like, listen, if you know anybody who's out there, reach out to them. I know I did. I reached out to some of my friends. I was like, hey, you have that family there, reach out and just and this goes in general. Whenever you hear something bad, just reach out to people and be like, yo, are you okay? It
Yeah.
goes a long way, man. It goes a long way. You never know what's some people are going through. I know in one of my men's group, there's a guy who he actually lives in Tijuana and he commutes back and forth from Tijuana, I think, to San Diego. And he
Mhm.
was actually in San Diego when his father told him, like, yo, you need to stay over there because it's bad. So his father and his uncle are still over there, and like I think he's staying with an aunt in San Diego. So he's okay, but I know he's stressing and worrying because his dad and uncles are out there.
Yeah, you never know what's
So
going on over there.
yeah, so
Oof.
it's rough times, man.
Yeah, I have a friend who, she's from Mexico, and when she came here, she left her parents back home.
Hmm.
Um, so every time like they have like bad storms down there and like, they're in the news, I usually reach out to her because, she's who I think of when I think
Yep.
Mexico. And it's just, more branches from your tribe.
Yep.
Every connection that you have, the people they know, those are just more branches. All right, so we've come up on the hour. I'm going to reintroduce the show, guys. So anyone who's new here, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for thank you for coming in. Thank you for, man, you've been providing a lot of content. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Like, you're part of the family now, so we're gonna be looking for you next time. I'm gonna keep track. I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up with your training? What you doing? Where you going? Where you headed? Because sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need somebody to hold us accountable. Somebody to just checking in on us and be like, yo, how's it going? And then they'll be like, oh, I didn't start yet. All right, well, I'm gonna ask again next time.
Yeah, you're ready for it.
Sometimes you need that. Somebody to give you that light,
Yeah.
like light,
It
light
gives you
kick in your ass.
accountability, and you're like,
It
shit,
does.
I
It
have to be
really
able to
does
tell
give
them
you
something next
accountability.
week. Let me get on my stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. So, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for opening up. And man, this hour went by so quick. I love you guys, man. You guys always make the content just come rolling. And even everybody else, Fuzz, Trist, Tadashi, thank you guys. Thank you for rolling with us. Thank you for always commenting. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to Lynn too. That we have people who just want to hear what we got to say. It means a lot. All right, you introduce the show. I'm getting all emotional
I'm
here.
gonna I'm gonna run our channels. I'm gonna run our channel trailer. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. Lynn stepped out. That's probably her bathroom break. She got to make the commercial a little bit longer. But oh yeah, Fuzz. I went to the movies over the weekend and I actually saw two movies. I saw Bodies, and The Fall. So I'm curious if you saw it. They both were kind of movies. I was kind of bummed that I went, but I did see it. Um, Bodies was so annoying, man. It was just that millennial. I don't know. Is it millennial? Lynn, what's the generation after us?
Uh,
Are they millennials?
the millennials, yeah.
The
No, I think I'm
millennials?
a
Yeah.
millennial. I might be a millennial.
You're a millennial, so what's the ones before that? Or the ones after us? Because it was like
Latin
Gen Z,
Xers? I don't know. I
Gen
don't know what they're up
Z,
to.
Gen Y, and all that. And it's just the way they were talking. I was just like so annoying with this movie. I was just like, oh, shut up and somebody die already. Because it was like a slasher, like a murder mystery type movie. So people were dying in the movie, right? And then there was like just so much, like there was a part where they would just like have all this like yeah, Gen Z or whatever, and they were just like going through their whole talk, like how they talk on Twitter, and I was like, oh, I'm triggered, and oh, you're gaslighting me, and I was like, oh my god, somebody kill him already. Oh, it was hilarious.
Awful, awful, awful.
But you know what? So Lynn, you might have missed this, but I went to the movies with the boys, and I saw two movies. We went to go see The Fall and Bodies. And to sum up both movies, afterwards, I looked at the kids and I was like, both movies, the lesson to be learned is play stupid games, get stupid prizes. That was it. That's what I told them. I was like, don't play stupid games, right? If you don't do stupid things in your life, you're not gonna get stupid prizes. Uh, Yeah, but I guess they were both Gen Zs, whatever, and I was just like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Just the way in both movies too. In both movies, just the way they talked. I was like, oh my god.
All right. So Fudge checked in with Abby real quick. So Mumbai got heavy rain. I'm confused. Fuzz, where did you see that Mumbai got heavy rain? Was that just something you like saw on the news? I'm so confused. How does he even know that Abby is in Mumbai?
I think they said that earlier. Did they say that earlier?
I don't know. I must have missed it. I must have missed it.
Or
But
maybe I thought I well
that
no, I
happened.
thought Z was in India. That's what I thought. But man, you don't know, man. They might be having conversations outside.
Yeah,
That's why.
you know,
Listen,
I
that's
don't know.
dope because when the comment starts going like crazy, like yo, I want them to start making friends and start
Yeah,
like,
start talking to each other.
you know what I really want? This is I'm putting this out of the universe because this would be dope as fuck. Is if we blow up, right? People are meeting each other through this whole thing, and like we get invited to one of our fans' wedding. Like, oh, we met on your show, and now we're
Mm.
getting married. We will be honored. I'll be honored to come. I'll be like,
Hang
yeah,
on, I gotta
let
take
us
this call.
come. That'd be so dope. So let me take a look at some of the comments. Oh, just said that the show opening, our intro, our commercial. He said, "I swear it brings me back to an '80s opening to a sitcom." Yeah, I agree. Or the old '80s commercials. Was it like "Who's the Boss" or something like that? We got a jingle though. We got a little jingle. You're gonna hear the jingle all day in your head. Let me see what else. Avi said, I am from Pune. I don't know where that is. Pune, like Rune, Pune. I don't know where that is. Elaborate. Let me know. I want to know where that is. That's where it all started. And yeah, we talk about that, about the Kardashians. Ba, ba. And so, Avi, let us know if you're done with your story because I think Lynn wanted to go through it, but she was waiting for all your comments to get done so we can kind of have it as the discussion piece. So let me know if you're good with your story. Hmm. Oh, you completed the start. Perfect. All right, cool. Pune is a city. A city where though? Like I don't know. I'm trying to. I'm. Listen, you're educating me. This is cool. I like all this stuff. I like seeing my international family and seeing where they're all from. Pune is a city. Okay. I guess I could Google it, but no, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, man, just going back to my movies, it's like Black Phone was good though. I know I was kind of, I know Fuzz, you asked me like a few episodes ago, like what was like a month ago, I think, yeah, because it came out like a month ago, and you were asking if I was gonna go see it, and I was like, I don't know, I wasn't really sold on the trailers, and then it popped up on Peacock, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'll give it a watch, and I was actually pretty impressed. It was filmed good. It was actually written good. Um, a little things here and there, little hiccups here and there, but overall it was a pretty good movie. Um, yeah, but yeah, if you guys haven't seen The Fall or Bodies, just wait till it comes on demand. Don't go to the movies for that. I was just like, I was really highly disappointed. I was kind of bummed about Bodies, because one of the YouTubers I watch and follow, he actually was like, "Oh, it's good," and I was like, "Okay, I'll go see it," but. Mm. Just the whole way they talk. I don't know if the movie was intentionally trying to make fun of millennials or what is it? Is it Gen Z? I don't know, man. Young 20-year-olds. I don't know if they were trying to make fun of them as far as like all the way they speak and they're trying to be all inclusive, but they also speak like they're with that passive aggressive tone and they're all like backstabbing each other and there's no loyalty, but they all try to act like they're all inclusive. Like that's literally what the movie had, and it was just like it was just overwhelming. Just the words and the way they would everything got to be an issue. Everything has a label and everything has to be an issue. And I was just like, I can't, I can't. I was just like, oh, just shut up already. All right, so I'm stalling for a little bit for time here because I'm waiting for Lynn to get back so we can go through Abi's story, I think she has to talk to her lawyer or about her being served, her papers. But yeah, once she comes back, we'll go through Abi's story. Anything else you guys want to talk to? Feel free to comment down below. There is a link higher up. If you guys want to jump in and chat with me, that'd be cool too. I don't know if I can actually bring it up because I think I'm a guest right now. So let me see. We'll try it though. If any of you guys want to come on board, and yes, I did see Bullet Train. I saw it opening weekend, and I had so much fun with that movie. Oh, I want to go see it again. It was an amazing movie. From beginning to end, it felt like a Quentin Tarantino. Yes, I did see The Fall. Yeah, that was the other movie I saw that I did. You see The Fall? Because it was a bad movie. It was just the premise was okay, but it was just oh, are you okay, Fuzz? Now you're just playing with me now. See how gullible I am? I'm like, yo, I'm answering you guys. I'm all getting into it. And Fuzz is like, yeah, did you see this right? Did you see that? Mm-mm-mm. Yes, the eye candy was nice in the movie, but she was a little overbearing in that movie. It's like just stupid things. Like, why are you gonna put your life in danger like that? Like, I get it, you're trying to conquer your fears, but at some point, you can assess. That's another thing. It's a lesson of assessing your surroundings, understanding like, look, like I could have saw, and I know the camera was zooming in at certain angles and everything, but just assessing like, yo, this is like a rusty rink-a-dink tower. Like, why the hell would you even try to go all the way to the top? It's like go halfway. You made it halfway. Come back down. It's like, why would you put your life in danger on something that is clearly not safe? Like, I don't understand that. Like, okay, oh, I'm a risk chaser. I'm a risk chaser. But it's like also a little common sense goes a long way. But then again, if it was so common, it would have be called common sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Lynn. I was stalling.
I know. I heard you in the background.
I
I'm
was
like, oh
fluttering
man,
over
he's
here.
stalling
Fuzz,
from me.
yeah, Fuzz was making fun of me over here.
Dude, I had to pick it up. That was my attorney for
I know. I figured. That's what I told everybody. I was like,
yeah. I was like, oh
for
shit, I
you
gotta
getting
go talk to
served.
him.
For you getting
Yeah,
served.
so I'm going back to court, guys. Humana. All right, so did you read Abi's story?
I did not. But I'm going to
Let's
read
do
Fuzz's
it.
comment real quick because I was talking about the fall. And he's like, the
Okay.
girl should have placed the cell phone on the drone in the beginning. I thought about that too, but I think the phone would have been too heavy for the drone. I think the drone would have just like fell and broke. But they could have had padded her one phone a lot better than what they did. So, yeah, the movie was just dumb.
Oh, a follow-up question from Tris. Fuzz, did you see The Fourth Kind? I think that was the alien one.
The alien abduction movie?
I only remember because I started watching that movie and it scared the crap out of me and I did not finish it. And also,
like, nope.
last night was the first night that I was like, my lights are bothering me, and I turned them back off. So I've been sleeping with my lights on, and it didn't really dawn on me why, but it was probably from our last discussion.
Thursday's talk, really?
I've just been sleeping with my lights on. It's just been fine.
Poor Lynn. You guys are messing with her too much. Poor Lynn. All right, so let's go to Avi's story.
All right.
Scare the shit out of you again.
Let's see. So there was a village. No, there was a village which
Is this the first one?
Yeah, I think so. Which fell cause of massive earthquake in 1980s. Nearly 800 plus people lost their lives in that earthquake. Whenever someone visited that place where the village used to be, people noticed someone standing or crying loudly at night. So me and my friends decided to visit that place. We drove there. Ooh. As soon as we entered the village, one of my friends started to freak out, and we thought he was lying. And I was on the driving seat, so I noticed that something is on the roof of my car, and I moved my mirror.
While you were driving?
Yep, moved my mirror a little up to check whether there was something. or not. As soon as I moved it upward, I saw something like a figure, a woman, and we all heard a baby crying.
Oh
What?
yeah, isn't that a wait? But isn't that like a Mexican thing, La Llorona or something like that, where
Oh
she's always
Lord.
trying to get people?
All right,
Wait,
so as soon as we heard the baby crying, we all got scared. And after we started driving so fast, when I was driving, I saw a woman with her baby in her hands and asking for a lift. We were so freaked out, we did not stop. And we went to a close village. We stayed at that village and we met an old person and we talked about, we told them about the woman. And he said that the woman's always asking for a lift and a lot of accidents have happened on that road. Ooh. Oh,
nice.
that's crazy.
There's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of urban legends, but they're urban legends for a reason, right? That something happened and people told the story, and they just kept telling the story. So
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of. I know a lot of movies are based off of them and all that, but
I
listen,
feel like
there's stuff out there.
we've lost that part of culture where, we retell stories and we have that just that time of being able to pass down those stories from generation to generation.
Hmm.
And they kind of do it with movies, but movies, they're not really
Movies are
based on
wackadoo
true
now.
stories. I feel like, like legends and fables, like they came from experience, what people were actually, experiencing as they traveled the world.
This is why, like, I hope like this whole like woke thing is just a phase, and I can't wait for us to get out of that phase because then creativity hopefully will start coming back, where we can
Hmm.
start having these really good movies.
Hmm.
Like, where are the movies where it sets off a whole pop culture trend, right? People are like, oh, so obsessed with it that
Hmm.
they create a subculture, right?
Yeah. Tris, we did lose our oral tradition. Hmm.
Hmm.
Right there, listening to Lynn telling the story, I felt I was there.
Yeah, right, right. Like you were like, oh, and when she was like, oh, and they saw something on the top of the car, like, oh no, no, they will freak out.
I actually, my oldest son, he likes to read, so I just bought him a hardcover book, and it's like ghost stories. So those will be
Mhm.
fun to get into going into the fall.
I remember, there was a movie that came out recently, but it was the series of books. It was like ghost stories or stories to tell in the dark.
Hmm.
Do you remember those series? And like when you
Mm-mm.
were a kid, like you
I
would hear
remember
those
like
stories.
Goosebumps and Tales of the Crypt.
But I think if you watch the movie, though, if you watch the movie, you'll remember all the stories because I forgot about them. And then when I saw the movie, I was like, oh yeah, I know that one. I
Mm,
know that
okay.
one. And then I guess they're making a sequel to it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can't wait to watch that with my kids. I know Ollie. There was one where Ollie was like, nope, check it out. He was like, I don't want to watch this one. he was like, I gotta
I
use the
put on
bathroom.
Prey the other night. The movie that you watched, I put it on for
Oh,
the
don't get me
kids.
started on that one.
I
Don't
was
get me
like,
started on
oh
that
man, I'll
movie.
put this on and just see like who gets scared, like who runs off. So actually, the youngest two in the house were the only ones who watched it, and they fell asleep watching it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, this will keep them, glued to their seats. They'll be like too scared to run around the house and make a mess. The tactics you try.
Abby
Abby's
said
got
there's
another
one
story.
more.
Yep, he's typing out another story for us. I like it.
One more. One more.
Whew. I feel a little more like a sense of calm has come over
Because
me
you
since,
spoke to your lawyer?
yeah, because now it's like,
You
all
kind of
right,
cleared it out?
he kind of grounded me. It was like, this is what we need to do.
Yeah, but you
Because
know what's
it's something
sad?
I can do right now. It's not something I can,
Right. But it's
change or
still
get
sad.
right now.
Like you guys got to constantly, and your youngest, he's what, 7 now?
8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
So he's 8. So you still got to deal with this for another 10 years. Like, that's
It's a
heartbreaking.
decade. It's a freaking
It is.
decade of this BS.
Of nonsense. Of
Yeah.
nonsense. Yeah. That's sad. And maybe you got to also think of the motives, man. Like maybe he's just doing that just so that you can give up and be like, all right, you get what you want. Like I'm
Right.
so tired of all the BS. Get what you want. Leave me alone.
Hmm.
And it's like, it's sad. I hate that parents have to go through that because the kids
I
are
feel
always in the
like
middle.
I feel like he already got what he wanted, though. Like, how much more does he want? How much more does he
You don't
want?
know.
Like, come on, man, leave me
You don't
alone.
know. I
Ugh.
just like I said, I'm blessed, and I count my blessings, and I keep saying, like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because I do not want to go through that nonsense.
Yeah.
And I know Junk's not on today, but I know when he mentioned the other day, he was like, that's the reason why I'm hesitant to get married and have kids, even though I have that calling in me. It's the same way. I feel the same way. It's like I don't, I dodged a bullet. And when it comes to marriage, I dodged two bullets. And when it comes to kids, I dodged a bullet. It's like I'm not trying to risk fate anymore. Like the
Mhm.
third one could be the worst one.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to test fate anymore.
There's like a new song, and I feel like, every time you have like a breakup, there's a breakup song. So I think I found my breakup song, and every time I play it, I played it this morning in the car. I was like screaming. My windows were up because it was cold, but
Wait, so that does that mean that you have a recent breakup? Is that what we're telling everybody? Do you have a recent breakup?
yeah, everything. You know when they say like when it rains, it pours. It's pouring over here. The rain is coming
Is
down,
it?
but
Because it
I'm
looks so
dancing in
sunny
it.
on your
What else am
end.
I gonna do? I'm not gonna stop
Really?
the rain. I'm not
And you
storm.
listen, look at my sister, man. She's a soldier. She's holding it all together.
Woo!
She's about to break down on this show. Give her another 40 minutes. She's gonna start breaking down. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. No, but you
Hey,
know
you
what?
know what? It's therapeutic.
It's really cool because I'm noticing all these changes that are happening, and like they're all
Mhm.
unexpected. It's kind of just the universe is doing whatever universe does.
Testing you.
So
That's
I'm
all
kind
it
of
is. It's
eager
just
to
testing
see
you.
like what my next season's gonna be, like where am I gonna be in 4 months, in 6 months, in a year? Something's coming.
Yeah, you just gotta hold your head up. That's
We're gonna
it.
start doing this show behind bars. Oh my
Oh
god.
no, man! Don't put that out there. What are you talking about? Why would you put that negativity
Jeez.
out there? No, that's not
Yeah.
what. That's
No, no,
not.
no.
It
Something's
don't need to
coming.
go that far. It doesn't need to go that
I
far.
feel like this is the storm right now, and the sun, the rain, it brings flowers. So
Trish said this whole time we thought you were single. They're always single, Trish. That's what you don't understand.
always.
They
All
are
right, so I
always
haven't been
single.
married. I haven't been married, but like I had someone on the side, I had someone I was talking to kind of like entertain me and like help the time go by kind of thing. And I
But she
thought we were
always keeps her
good.
options open.
No, I thought we were good. And then like 3 days before my birthday, he's just like, yeah, I don't really feel the romance anymore. And
Oh,
he just like,
is that why our subscription dropped by one? Is that why we lost one subscriber? I was like,
that
man, why
might
we
be
lost a
it. That might be
subscriber?
it. He was like, and I'm gonna unsubscribe.
No! What did I do? Why did I gotta take the grunt of your breakup? I'm like the
Yeah.
kid. I'm like mommy and daddy are separated. I'm the kid in between. Like, why?
Did I do something wrong? It was all your fault, kid. All your fault. All right, Abby, you
Hmm.
gotta let me know if you're done with the story so I can go ahead and pull it up.
Oh, start it. If he's still typing, we'll catch up to it.
Done. No, I like doing like the full story together. It makes sense.
Read it slow with
Oh
suspense.
Lord. I am.
Build the
I am reading
suspense.
slow.
Add in sound effects too.
I'm actually in my mind like making sure I'm reading slow because I want to say Tadashi said something about like, oh yeah, um watching you guys like speak English, we speak so fast. And done. Finito. All right.
Finito.
So another story. There's a tree in India. It is said that women hanged in the British era for singing patriotic songs, and on every new moon day, so no moon, a new moon is when there's no moon. People here singing songs, and the tree is near a river, and it looks like it's from a horror movie. Not a single leaf on it, and there's a street light near it that never works. People
Mm.
changed it lots of times, but it shuts off.
Keeps. Yeah, it
Mm,
just has a shirt.
right. In India, the new moon day night is the night of bad entities. We don't do anything new on that day. We avoid going around negative people.
Mm.
Hmm.
So you literally have a day where you avoid negative people.
Hmm.
That's kind of dope. Unless you're that negative person, you're like, man, everybody's avoiding me today. Am I the
Oh
guy? I'm the
man.
guy.
No, it's kind of cool that you have something in your culture around the new moon. Like for me, I love the full moon. I love it, love it, love it. And like this time of year, late summer, early fall, at night, I can see it right out my window. So when I'm laying down, I see the moon passing, and I'm always eager to see. We actually had one pass a few days ago. So we're waiting right now. We're going towards that new moon. And it's something I like to watch, the moon phases. I'm drawn to it. Troy said, Lynn doesn't share personal stuff. Now I'm captivated. Oh, Lord.
Well, go on the one above, the one he said before.
Wait, so you only had him on the side? So why are you upset if it doesn't seem you are into it? Mm.
Oh, face,
Mm.
face.
No, so like I
Is it
said, I'm
because
not
of
upset.
timing?
I'm
The
more
timing? Because it was your birthday. That was your birthday gift.
no. I'm more so dwelling on it's another relationship loss. Even though it wasn't something that, was mainstream, it wasn't something I was putting all my effort into. The fact was I did have something. So just, mourning that loss is like the period I'm in.
She's all right though. She's bouncing back. She already said she got calls from Manhattan.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that he didn't want to meet her halfway, she wouldn't be talking about this right now.
Oh, it's true. That's true. Would have been at the Palisades.
Mhm. Mhm.
No, you know what? I think it's just so many changes happening right now. And it is approaching my birthday. So I'm like, dude, what's going on here? Yeah, I don't know.
You'll be alright. Were you only using him for
When?
resources?
He was, you know what? He was resourceful. But no, it's just, we all crave that connection. We all crave that companionship, and that's what I found in it.
What I can say is, fellas, don't lead with your wallet because once you lead with your wallet, it's hard to get out of that. So
Yeah.
be very careful. The best thing is if you meet somebody, just act like you're broke. Just act like you're broke. And then eventually be like, oh yeah, I got some of these resources. Don't lead with your wallet. Lead with your who you are. Lead with your personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But
Was I
a
using
new
it
day
for
begins.
resources?
A new day begins.
Shop.
I did say my sister's spoiled. I'm just saying. I'm putting that out there.
I am. Oh, so that's funny. So my new song is it's by Young Ma. It's NNAN. Never need a nigga. And
Damn, she went hood again.
yes. And that's how I feel right now, like I don't need anyone for anything. That's it. Miss Independent over here. Feeling all salty, but saying it.
Well, there's a song I love to play over. I guess it would be my song. Is "Love Life," and if you look it on, it's like he's like, I don't need a love life to love life. That's the hook. So that's what
I
you
like
have to
that.
believe it. Like you
Yeah.
just gotta love yourself and just go out there and love life. You don't need somebody. You can make it on your own. You're doing
Yeah.
you. But yes, my sister is spoiled. That's all. Unfortunately, me and my mother, we created that monster when she was younger, and now she never shook that one off. So
Oop. What can I
that's what I tell
say?
these
I
guys.
like
Like, be
nice
careful,
things.
man. Be careful. Don't leave with your wallet.
Yeah, that's why mom was complaining about my birthday brunch. The spot wasn't
Oh, because she knows you, and she thought like,
fruitful
yo, this should
enough.
have been a little more fruitful.
Yeah, she was like with the price tag. I was expecting more.
Do
Mer.
do you think she would have liked the spot we went to for that day party?
Mm, I think if we went to the day party and we were there like in the middle where the crowd was with the sun coming down, she would have enjoyed it. But if they would have sat us where they sat us the first time, she wouldn't have liked that either.
But I think that's the same thing with the spot that we were there. If we were on the other side,
Hmm.
right? Because we got there late, so we got the late table. If we would
Hmm.
have gotten there on time, I think if we were in the center, I think she would have liked that even better.
Mm.
They always do, Tris. They always do. It's like
So now she
what do
missed
you
the story. You already
Tris,
have this one
you
on
just
them.
learning the dynamics of women? Like, where have you been? I thought you were like about my age and you kind of been around the block and kind of saw things. They all listen. They all are single. They're all willing to upgrade if the right dude presents themselves, and they always got somebody to fall back on. It's called their orbiters. You know that one. That's why whenever a woman's like, "Oh, we're just friends," like, no, he's on standby, and that's what the guy's hoping for. That's what the guy's hoping for.
What?
Like, oh, I'm a friend now, but one of these days I won't be.
Oh my
It's like that's how
god.
women operate, bro. That's they all do.
No, you
They
know,
all
another
got
change that I'm going through right now is that I feel like a lot of my like the women that were in my life when I was younger are back around me.
hmm
And it's something I've been working on. I started reaching out to my friends, maybe like 6 months to a year ago. It was just before Halloween. It was around this time last year. So here I am. It's going to be coming up on a year, and I was able to like reconnect with a lot of those old friends. So much so that I'm hanging out with them daily, and that's bringing some extra peace and some more guidance on like where I'm moving forward and the changes that are going on in my life. That's one of the pieces, and now I have a different tribe around me.
good for you. And
Hmm.
good for you. I know we spoke about this, offline, but a lot of your a few of your conversations, you see the growth in you too. Like they'll start
Hmm.
talking about whatever, be it on whatever's on social media or just the way they talk, and you kind of call them out on things.
Yeah.
So good on you. Good on you that you see things differently and you're empowered to speak up and say something,
Hmm.
to be that counterculture to the current culture.
Yeah.
So, man, Tristan's learning a lot today about dating. That's hilarious.
Damn, Tris, I feel like you spoke to him because you're all like, oh, we're only using him for his resources. I feel like that's what he felt. And I feel like that's fair for him. Like when he did tell me like he was ripping off the band-aid, I was like, good for you. I was a little proud. Like, damn. But at the same
But
time, it was
this, but
like, ouch.
not to defend my system. I'm gonna call some of you guys out here. It's like once again, stop leading with your wallet. It's manipulative. If you lead with your wallet, then you're presenting a certain way. You're presenting a certain lifestyle. If you really are not about that lifestyle, why are you presenting that? Don't do
Mm,
that. And for any of you guys out there that have ever been called nice, like if a woman's like, "Oh, you're so nice, and you're this and you're that," and Lynn's laughing because she knows exactly what. There's a book out there that you guys should really read, and it's called "No More Mr. Nice Guy."
mhm,
It's a great read, and it goes to show like how people who say they're nice, they have other intentions. They manipulate and they're passive aggressive by trying to be nice, but they're being nice for an outcome. Like they're looking
mm,
for an outcome, and so it's like you got to kill that person. You got to kill that person inside you. So it's a great read. It tells you like, hey, don't be like this because it's a form of manipulation.
mhm.
It's being passive aggressive. So yeah,
And for
that's why I
my
keep telling guys like,
ladies,
don't lead with your wallet.
Steve Harvey's like act like a lady, think like a man. Um, it basically gives you like an insight into like the guy's like perspective of things, and I felt like I grew a lot when I read that book.
Yeah, books are dope.
Yeah.
No, books are dope.
Now she's gonna go back and watch the stream again. He was busy when we started.
Yeah, it's a great read. It's called No More Mr. Nice
Yeah,
Guy.
it's just
It's
like
a great read. It's
okay.
I would suggest to any of the guys out there, it's just a great way to kind of like say what it is that you want out of a relationship. Don't come in like, oh, I'm gonna be nice to do this, and hopefully I get that. If you read that book, that's a lot of reason why a lot of guys when they start talking to women, they get friend zoned because they don't actually come and present themselves and say, this is what I want. It's like it's especially for a guy. Like we're the ones that is supposed to make the first move, right? So it's hard for us to be direct and be like, hey, I'm feeling you. I would like to date you. I don't want to be your friend. I want to date you.
Hmm.
Like we think that like, oh, trust me, this is why I know the book, because I'm that same type of guy, and like I had to kind of learn to change my ways, you know? So it's Ninja, one more story, please. Yeah, one more. Come on, let's close out with another story. But yeah, Tris, if you read the book, let me know what you think about it. If I'm full of shit, yo, brother, you know, like I value you because you challenge me a lot. So come on to the show if you want to read it. You know, if you read it, let us know. Talk about it. This would be a great topic to talk about another day. This is why when me and Lynn first started, we wanted to do like a dating show, because it's like there's a way of seeing things, you know, how women see things and how men see it. And so what we
Hmm.
wanted to do is we wanted to pull up Reddit posts, right? And then read the Reddit post and then kind of dive into it, a men's perspective and a woman's perspective. And you know, we had those debates in the beginning, but I think the reason why was because there was still some grieving on my end. I'll admit that there was some stuff I had to work in on my end.
Hmm.
Plus, I think Lynn too. I think you matured a lot too since the last time, like the last few years. You know, I'm
Hmm.
proud of us. We've definitely grown a lot. You know,
Yeah.
and I've seen your growth when you talk to me about when you're talking about your friends. Like you don't fall for those things anymore. You kind of like are branching out and you're kind of standing on your own 2 feet, and they're kind of coming gravitating towards you. They're
Hmm.
like, wait, what do you mean this? And they're curious. Like, how do you think like this?
Yeah.
So I like seeing the growth in you. Hopefully I change. I'm not that bitter same person like you said I was.
No, you know what? And I think that's when we naturally came back to this, is when you were ready to let go of that bitterness.
But it's also
Um,
you were ready to actually commit to the show too. Because I was just gonna wait. I was like, you know, and when Lynn feels the calling, and she did, she put the mic in front of us, and we started the
mhm.
show again.
Yep.
And you know, you became consistent with it. You took it serious. So thank you for that, because I like doing this. I really do. I enjoy doing the show with my sister. It's two different perspectives. I'm telling you, like she says, she's not on social media. She doesn't follow the news like that. You know I follow the news. I do all that. It's just that me and her, we've been through a lot of shit. Like I think we could write a book together, and people be like, "Damn, you guys really lived this?" Like, yeah, we did. Not even by intention. Like it wasn't what we wanted to do, but unfortunately, it
That's
happened. So
life, man.
it's just life.
Life.
Yeah. So yeah, those are two great books. And it's just grow as a person. It's like, you know, there's a reason why there's a saying that women like the asshole. Why? Because the asshole knows what he wants. He's gonna go up and say like, "Yo, this is what I want," and he's not gonna put up with shit. He's not gonna tolerate shit because he has an alternative motive. If you get my drift, he's just gonna be like, "Look, this is my time. This is what I want." He's gonna be direct, and if she says no, then he's gonna go on to the next one. Like he's
Hmm.
not gonna be heartbroken about it. So yeah, you know, it's like, oh, they're saying, oh, why does women don't want assholes? Why? Always the asshole. It's because he knows what he wants. He's direct.
It's
So
funny. I heard the footsteps coming up the stairs, and I knew they were
I heard the
coming
knock
from
now.
you. I knew it. Come
I heard the
in.
knock. Oh, I see him. That's my dude over there. We always fighting. I'm gonna powerbomb him next time I see him. I'm be like, yeah.
He just came up and was like, can I please cook on the stove?
No.
No. No, you cannot. Thank you for asking.
That's hilarious.
Oh man.
So, moral of the story, Lynn, are you ready to go out there and date again?
I am not looking to date. I wasn't looking to date before. No,
Not
no, no,
looking.
no. So my whole thing is like, I did the whole dating as a single mom, and like I ended up trying to build like that, the hell's that family, the non-traditional, whatever the word it is for the family, mixed family, blended
A
family.
mixed family, blended family,
You
yeah.
know, and my children became attached to that man, and that man, you know, failed us. So, you know, time goes by, I try it again. You know, my kids are super attached to this man. I'm attached to this man. Boom, again, relationship failed.
I wouldn't put it all on him either, though, Lynn. It's like I told you guys this. It's like you guys started for all the wrong reasons. It's like you got to ask yourself, really, this you should take the time now to kind of reflect as far as like what went what went wrong, but don't do it in such a like a emotional way. Be very analytical with it and be
Mhm.
like, for you, for the most part, it's like maybe curb your antojes, your desires, your wants. And I know it sounds weird, but it's like, do you really need all the stuff that you get in life? Do you really need that to make you happy? Like I keep asking you, like, do you really need to go on a plane, go somewhere exotic to feel like you're going away, going somewhere?
Mhm.
It's like I've been trying all summer long to get you to go camping with me in your own backyard, and you won't do it.
About that.
Your girlfriend says she'll join
No, all
you.
right. Don't act like it's my own backyard. Because if you're like, hey, bring your tent to my house, I'm about it. You know what's a 30, maybe 40-minute drive? You want me to drive 6 hours?
4 hours. Four. We could do it two
Five,
if you
because
want
I
to
have
go
an
to
extra
Jersey to
hour.
start. It's two if you want to go to Jersey to start, but it's 4 hours. It's the Delaware beaches. Let's go. Let's have a good time. I said, let's make it a family thing. Bring the kids. Let's all go do it. And it's a bonding moment. And it's like, no, no. But then she's like, every other weekend, going somewhere exotic. Turks and
Yeah,
Caicos,
I might go
Bahamas,
to Vegas
Jamaica,
this weekend because it's my birthday, and
freaking Puerto Rico, DR. It's like random places. And I'm like, do you really need that to feel alive? Like I feel like you need to go on a plane and go somewhere exotic to feel like you're somewhere.
Mhm.
Like you feel like, okay, now I'm on vacation. Like I don't understand that. Like vacation, like just the time off and being able to reflect and being present anywhere you go, that should be enough.
Mhm.
I don't know. I do see like there's something there with you, Lynn. Granted, I'm not a therapist. I don't
I
know
just
all that
want to
stuff.
fly somewhere.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know. Hmm. You've said this before. A lot of people
I
feel that
do.
like I travel as an escape, but it's not
You
an escape.
do.
I just love to travel. Like people have their passions. Some people play golf every weekend. I don't play golf.
Avi, thank you, Avi, for your um, warm wishes in your comments. I'm feeling positive by watching. Thank you, because that's all we're trying to do. As you can
Mhm.
see, we come from a big family. We come from big hearts, big loving family, and we know that a lot of people are out there hurting. A lot of people are just feeling despair and negativity, and we want to kind of squash all that. Even if it's just the 2 hours that you're with us, we want you to have a good time, laugh, have a good time. I know Tris gets on me sometimes because I make it too political. It's because I want to see change. I want to see change in our leaders. I want our politicians to become leaders. But other than that, that's what we're all about. We're all about that positivity. It's like walk away charged up, so then you go and you charge other people up, and then we kind of spread around and we can counteract all the negativity that's happening in the world. And that's what, listen, Tadashi takes that message to heart because he was like, yo, you need to come watch the show. You need to come
Mhm.
watch the show. I met you on Apex. You're my boy. We're like soulmates, even though I never met you. And you're gonna come onto the show, and you're gonna get some,
You're gonna
tough
feel it
loving, good
too.
loving. You're gonna just get charged up, and then we're gonna take it out, and we're gonna get everybody on Apex happy. Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love seeing all the connections. I love seeing like, look, I got family in India now. Tadashi, where you at today? Because I know you were in Russia and Japan. Like Tadashi's all over the place.
Yeah.
That's my
A fellow
traveling
wanderer.
nomad. My traveling nomad. Man, all you do is Pirates of the Caribbean. That's all you stay at. You don't go
That's it.
nowhere
Only
else.
the Caribbean. No, extremely. That's what he said.
There
Not
is
in a
something
that's
which
what
is
he
waiting
said
for us.
kind of way. He's actually meant like that's what he said. That's what he said.
Hmm. Good, man. I love it too because I know a lot of like Tadashi is a young guy, and the fact that we can inspire the youth and go out there and be like, yo, let's start with this. Let's start with this positivity. Let's change this negativity. Oh, he's in Russia right now.
In
So
Russia.
Tadashi, you're not Russian, right? Because you have a Tadashi as your name. So you're not Russian, right? You're just in Russia right now. That's where he was last time, right? Or was he in Japan? I mean, I don't know, man. Tadashi's all over. He's my nomad. I love it.
I think he tells a lot of stories about his travels.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that he's currently traveling, but he's telling
That's
us about
exactly. Listen, when I get older, I'm gonna be like Tadashi. I told you,
it.
when my kids are grown, I'm gonna pack up and whatever money I got, I'm gonna be the nomad. I don't know if you guys saw what's that Amazon TV show? Jack Reacher, I think it's called, where he's
Hmm.
just traveling. He's like, oh, I'm not a homeless. I'm a vagabond. Right? I got money. I just travel everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to be.
I think Tadashi told us we should do that. We should travel the U.S. and just
Yeah.
show people everything around.
Lynn can't do it though. She has to go somewhere exotic. She has to get on a plane. It has to be a plane. She can't Western. She can't
Yeah,
be on
I'll meet you in Miami.
she can't Greyhound it.
Yes.
Then it's funny because she's like on this top part of the East Coast, and she's like she has to go all the way down here. She all this in between doesn't exist. She's like, I
I've
gotta
seen
fly. I gotta
those
get on a
states.
plane and go.
I've seen them.
Weren't you supposed to go on a road trip to go see your friend down in the Carolinas?
Yeah, that's coming up. That's
Yeah,
might
right.
be this weekend.
She's like dreading
Oh
the
crap, that
drive.
might be this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, that is coming up. End of summer.
What's that gonna be? A 14-hour drive?
9.
Mm.
9 hours. That I plan on. I don't know how I'm gonna do 9 hours. I'll be honest. I don't. I'm not looking forward to it.
Not looking forward to it.
But you know what? I can do it. I need to stop psyching myself out and just do it.
It's not bad. 9 hours is not bad.
Hmm.
I've done that in a day, like driving
And you
back
know what?
from DC, getting caught in traffic.
We also spoke about breaking it up, where I will meet you guys down in Delaware.
Okay,
Let's do
let me
that.
know.
Which weekend
Let me
works?
know. Yeah, let me
And
know, and
then we'll do
I'll
that.
go
We'll
there.
do the 2 nights in Delaware, and then from there I'll continue driving up.
So, are you taking anybody with you to drive with you? Like another
That's the tough
adult to
part.
switch?
Yeah, that's the tough part because my one girlfriend who really wants to go with me, she has school Monday through Friday. Another girlfriend she works from home, but she needs a stable internet connection for the majority of the day, Monday through Friday. So I don't know. Don't know. My other friend's like doing like pet sitting. That's kind of cute, So she's like stuck at home with her pets. So I don't know.
Bring the pets.
So next cast is from
Bring the
Jamaica.
pets.
I love
Lynn
it.
wishes. Lynn
I need
wishes.
to
Look
get
at
over
how her face
there.
lit up.
Man, my
Oh,
heart
she
is in
would love to
Jamaica.
do
I
that.
love that country.
I
Just
know you do.
everything about it. The food, the people, the
Did you feel that way
music.
when you went to St. Thomas?
Oh,
Because I
just
felt
the
like that.
culture.
Because I've never been to Jamaica, but when I went to St. Thomas, especially the beaches I went to, it
Mhm.
felt like it was a mosh pit of like Haitians, Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans. I was like, yo, I love it. The food was good. The music was banging. I was like, okay.
When I went to St. Thomas,
They were rolling up. I'm like, you want some? Sure.
I stayed on the smaller island. I stayed on Water Island. And it was an amazing vibe. It was, basically the same people who live on the island that we saw, like, while we
Hmm.
were there. But I really
The
didn't,
locals. That's the
yeah, I
ones I like to
really
party
didn't,
with.
I don't know. I guess I was on like too small of an island to really experience what you experienced in St. Thomas.
No, it was funny too because I went with my at the time I went with my youngest and his mom, right? So
Mhm.
we went to let's just say we went to the tourist side, the really proper like beach and everything. And my youngest, he was like, "This beach is boring." And so even he knew, and I think at the time he was like 7 or something, and he was like, "This beach is boring." And I was
Mhm.
like, "All right, buddy, we're gonna go to the other side then." And like we went over to the other side. He was doing snorkeling. The music was playing. There was good food. It was just,
Mhm.
I just love it.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna go take in the culture, you got to
You
take in,
definitely
take
have
in the
to
culture with
take
the
in
locals.
the culture. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's what,
But it
that's
was.
why I look forward to when I travel. Is experiencing the different cultures. Maybe I'm sick of our culture here in the US and I'm like, oh, I just want to get away and be around people.
And I totally get that,
Maybe
but
that's what it
you
is.
also got
I
to
don't know.
understand that in the U.S. there is a thing that's magical, that is Americana, and when
Mhm.
you go to all these small towns, there's just something like you. There are nice people in the U.S. The U.S. is not as toxic as everybody wants to make it seem, and that's
Mhm.
another thing why I want to get on this show because it's like that's the thing that really gets to me. It's like I go all these, to all these places, and I see how good people are. And I'm like, yo, that's a good vibe. Like, I wish everybody else could see this good vibe.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as toxic as like look at Sunday. Sunday, mom was having a like mom was all mad, and I'm like, mom, all these people were nice to you. Why are you so mad? She's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you're right, you're right. And I know it's perspective and everything, but it's like that's all over the U.S. There's good people, and I want people to know that. Like I want people to know that the U.S. is not as bad and not as shallow as you know
As
everything
the
else makes it
tourist.
seem. You know?
Yeah. As the
Yeah,
tourist
yeah,
tour.
yeah. I know.
Because I see it myself when I'm on vacation. Like you can tell.
I
It's
know.
sickening. It's sickening.
And look, don't get me
You
wrong. There's
talk
people like
down
that
to
everywhere.
people.
But when you go and you see a lot of the things, you see more people that just want to have a good time, more people that are
Mhm.
just positive, more people, especially when you know, random bump into somebody and they're just bubbly and nice. And you're like, oh shit, okay. This is rare.
Mhm.
So
So I have to go out locally more so I can experience it here.
I've been trying to, I've been trying to get that out of you. Like, yo, let's
Yeah.
go and let's live life.
Yeah.
Let's go out.
Let's see. So Dashi, my grandfather's uncle was in North Korea. Was North
Oh,
Korean.
okay.
In North, I'm so confused. Hang on. Then why aliens only visit USA when they invade? That's a good question. Why is it only
That's
US
not
soil that
true.
gets invaded by
That's
aliens?
not true. There's stories all over the world. Even like with the pyramids, they were like, "Oh, the pyramids were built by aliens." There's
Hmm.
stories all over the world. It's like aliens been messing with us since that should be a bumper sticker on their spaceship. Messing with Earth since and then whatever date. Like even like what would
That's
they
so
say? The
funny. Everyone says
Stonehenge,
like, oh,
Stonehenge, and
yeah, that everyone's like, oh, the pyramids were built by aliens, yada yada, except in
and
Mexico.
Stonehenge,
Those
yeah,
were
and
built
all
by
that.
Mexicans. There's no doubt about that.
I like that. When I went out that way, when I went out to Cancun and I saw all like the Mayan pyramids and all that, and then I went into the rainforest and we spoke to the tribe and all that. That was kind of cool. I like that.
Mhm.
It was like education when you're on vacation. It was nice. It was dope. I liked it. I felt like Indiana Jones. Mm. That's why I think Fortnite is dope because like my kids are learning about Indiana Jones right now, and like Ollie was telling me about, my youngest was telling me about how in the game you gotta like take something, but you gotta like swap it and all that. And he was like, "Oh, no, no, stone!" And he was so excited. I'm like, "Dog, that's the movie. Like, why not watch the movie?"
Oh, it's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
In the 1940s. Oh wow. So
Oh
wasn't
wow.
the 1950s was the Korean War that we had, the forgotten war that they don't you don't ever talk about it, but I wonder if they fought against us during that war.
Hmm.
I think movies now are starting. I know I saw a trailer of something out of the Korean War.
Oh.
'Cause that like all the war movies they talk about World War II and Vietnam. A few of them Iraq War, but for the most part it's World War II movies.
Hmm.
We don't ever talk about the Korean War. I think that was it. What Korean War was what 50s, 60s, somewhere around there.
All right. I mean, what we gonna close out the show with? We're coming up on our
Yeah,
two
I don't
hours.
know. We are in the top. I don't want to close out on war.
Right. I'm like, what are we gonna close that on?
but
Let's
but
chit chat.
but Tadashi, thank you for sharing. Letting us know. Man, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. You guys are always popping comments and just helping us.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Keeping the
That's
conversation
inspiring.
going.
It's like you guys are like, listen. You guys are always giving us kudos, saying like, man, you guys are so positive. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's like, but you look at you guys. You guys are constantly feeding us with comments and content that helps us. Like, yo, let me read like 5 ghost stories today. Like, thank you guys, man. It means a lot that you guys, you just watching us and you're vibing with us, and you know, you guys give us so much content. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys. Thursday show is gonna be light. It's Lynn's birthday. I don't even know if we're gonna have a show, to be honest with you. It's Lynn's birthday. I'm just gonna put that warning out there. We may not even have a show. Lynn's gonna be like, I'm flying to Vegas.
We'll have a show. Stop that. It's gonna be great.
All right, she said it.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for staying with us. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you keep that positivity with you. I hope, you feel light and just ready, just geared up, ready to face whatever fires you have to put out today, whatever comes at you.
Yeah. And listen, if it doesn't kill you, it only makes you stronger. Mm-hmm. And if you have any friends in Mexico, please reach out to them. Make sure they're okay. Make sure their families are okay. Have good wishes towards them. Because they're going through some hardship, and hopefully, things will turn around. And that's, you know what? That's everywhere in the world too. Everybody's going through some hardships. Just reach out to your friends. Reach out to the ones you love.
We want a birthday stream. We want it.
Yeah, he's all about it. She literally went through like 5 comments, by the way. If you see it just flashing, you're like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
Like, she went through every single one. Like, yo, we want that. You better not bail on us.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
Peace.